Hey there, I'm Faye Peel from The Lived Perspective. I'm a white-skinned, short brown head human with flecks of grey, green eyes, in a white t-shirt, sitting on a black gaming racer chair with a bookshelf of colourful spined books in the background, and a photo frame above, and a candle, and an air conditioning unit. Yes, there's a giraffe and an angel on the other side of the photo frame. Cream walls, sliding doors, and cream blinds in the background. Here in my home on the unceded lands on which I currently dwell, on day 8 of the journey of 100 suns. So, Principle 8 is collaborative work with others, pass it on. And I'm in an interesting position this morning. This is really on point. I had time set up with a friend to talk about a collaborative project he wants to work on this afternoon before going to the GP to see for a checkup. And that stuff is still going to go ahead, but I woke up at 8 o'clock this morning. Last night was in a lot of pain. Have managed to nut it down, I think, to being out yesterday at a crocheting group that I wanted to join and check out over at a local, what do you call them, sports clubs. The chairs were dreadful. One of them was inclined so far back that I would not have been able to comfortably sit at all. And then the other one that I chose, which was better, there was a very big gap between its straight-backed back and the curvature of my spine, which is fusing. My lumbar spine is fusing in 3 or 4 discs down the bottom. And I'd actually sat there and thought, wow, if I come back next week or the following week, I'm going to need to bring a cushion, because there was, so much correcting. And within an hour and a half of the 2 hours I'd planned to be there, I was in so much pain that I got up to go find a coffee and take pain meds. And then I went back and sat down again and chatted more and was talking to the person next to me, leaning over to read their pattern to help them work out how to manage it. And then my alarm went off to remind me to leave, and I went, okay, cool, I need to go. But I'm starting to learn to listen to my body. That evening I went for a walk with my youngest kiddo, and I got halfway into what is only, actually we went down to the same place that I took the video yesterday, so it's only like 1,500 steps from my house, and halfway there I'm like, oh shit, this was the worst worst decision I could have made, because I'm in pain. And we got as far as the chair because I needed to sit, and we rested, and I came back. But this morning, like last night I was in a lot of pain, this morning I'm in a lot of pain. So this for me is actually, even though we're talking about collaborative principles and pass it on, which is the heart of what Rich wants to achieve in this. And I really encourage you to go over to The Uncommon and check out what Rich is doing and why. For me, it has an extra layer to it, which is that to be able to do this stuff, to be able to do the collaborative kind of pass it on, work with others, leave a footprint so that when, if suddenly your 100 suns are over, everything that you're hoping to achieve in life somehow has some kind of flow onto others. You're planting seeds, and others are, listening to what it is that you've been put on this earth to bring and give. And that's the heart of that principle, and it's very much aligned with what I'm doing. For me, this is why the listen to your body, follow your heart, embrace your truths, feel your rhythms and sing your joy are really essential. And actually at the end of every 20 days, I am going to do a blog post, and I'm going to talk about how each one of those 5, how I'm seeing that reflected within this wider journey. And this is my how. This is how I actually achieve that one singular vision of establishing my voice and moving towards the bigger vision of a lived experience theatre company. I need to listen to my body. And that means that not walking today, obviously it's impossible, but it's also about going, look, I've actually walked, morning and night and in the middle of the day too, just about every day of this journey. I think it started day 2 because I was sick. So I'm doing far more physical activity than I ever have. And it's about being attuned to my body. If I choose to then go and do something, and I'm at a point where I need to take pain medication, I'm learning that that is not a signal for me to take pain medication so I can keep going. That is a signal that my body's saying, you've had enough and you need to go home. And that's a hard lesson when my brain has been shut down on antipsychotic medications for a good 2 decades almost. That neuropathology meant that I didn't listen to my body because I didn't have any signals. My brain was so dulled down by that medication that I didn't register pain. I didn't register so many things that were going on within my body because my brain chemistry was so altered. So now that I don't have that, and now that I have actually learned there are reasons for the pain that I feel, I actually have to start respecting that my body is communicating with me, which is why I listen to your body as my very first of my 5 hows. So, Collaborative Principles, Rich talks very much about that in his post. I encourage you to head on over and check it out. But for those of you that do actually relate with this journey, which is, I guess, by you following me, I'd really encourage you to think about what are your hows. Those principles are incredible, but you will have your unique ways of achieving those, as I think what I've been trying to say all the way through. Make this real for you, make this work for you. I think we often have great ideas and great programs and great, productivity, all of the things that we have to help us achieve, but they're a model. You have to make them real and work for you. So that's it from me today. I am going to rest. I'm going to do a little bit of computer work while I'm pain-free, although I am mitted up, and I'm going to rest frequently, and then I'm going to go and catch up with my friend about this collaborative project and go see my GP. Catch you on the flip side.